Mr. Samuel, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand that by doing this today, this charge will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. From now on, if you pick up any more cases, you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail.
This is the judge's classic, "This is your last warning" speech. And notice how he shifts from explaining the law to predicting future behavior. Quick audience check. Do you think defendants really understand how permanent these pleas are, or does it fly over their heads in the moment?
No more slaps, the proverbial slaps on the wrist. It will go on your record. So if you were pulled over in a car and an officer comes up to you, they smell alcohol, and they see that you have a prior DWI, it's probably not going to go well for you. And if you're not in this country with permission and you do any kind of jail time, get ready, because immigration will probably put a detainer on you. Do you understand?
Yes.
What I'm trying to tell you is that even if you have a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
That's
I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. DWI is big business. There is a $3,500 surcharge that normally applies with this type of case that you would be required to pay. We all make mistakes, but the idea is that you don't continue to make decisions that endanger other people. A second DWI.
That get ready line. That's judge speak for, "I will personally make your next case a nightmare." And he means it. Judges see repeat DWIs all the time, and the patience evaporates fast. What do you think? Tough love or too harsh?
Is a $6,000 surcharge. If you pick up a second DWI, get ready, because you'll probably get took. Do you understand? I will waive it for you now. But if you don't make any right decisions in the future, get ready. Did you say guilty? I did plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty.
guilty.
I will send you to the agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
How was the drug dealing inspection?
90 days.
Sorry, guys, didn't have my coffee this morning.
Me too. I forgot it in the car. If the other case, is this still open upstairs as well, or is
Yes,
this?
but we're hoping to get that resolved based on this plea.
Got it. Do you have an agreement with that? They're going to do?
We have not yet been added to that case. I'm just an associate standing in for Mr. Adams, so I'm not sure what communications they've
Does
had.
Mr. Adams represent him upstairs? Do you know?
I don't think he's been signed on to that case yet.
All right, Mr. Henderson, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 20 days in jail with credit for the 20 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. It's very possible that if you continue with the same course of conduct, that they can use this to enhance you. You could be potentially facing a felony offense if you continue with the same course of conduct. You understand?
Sure.
So it would be very, very careful. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. You understand?
Good.
Do you still want to do this?
Good.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'm going to roll your court costs so you won't owe anything. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks. Please see the clerk. Eris Armstrong. Ms. Armstrong, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing, thank you so much, Deanna. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On February 6, 2025, the officer observed a vehicle on Katy Freeway failing to maintain a single lane and swerving into adjacent lanes. The officer paced the vehicle at 72 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone. And while pacing the officer, the vehicle continued to fail to maintain a single lane and fluctuate between speeds of 68 miles per hour and 74 miles per hour. A traffic stop was then initiated, and the officer made contact with the defendant, observing a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant stated she dropped her phone and that's why she was swerving. And she further stated that she was coming from a bar and admitted to consuming 2 shots of tequila. Standard field sobrieties were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, one leg stand 2 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and considered a breath. The results were 0.145 and 0.156.
And I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am? Can you run the license, see if she has a valid license?
Eligible, Your Honor.
All right. As long as you have a valid license and liability insurance in your name, you may continue to drive. Just be careful. For now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. Have you get with Felicia for bond conditions, and then we'll just have you wait. Okay, ma'am? Please. You were Ms. Self. Ma'am, you charged with driving while your license is suspended. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Just don't say anything at this point. You have the right to remain silent. I don't want you to say something that hurts your case, okay?
Yes, Judge. On February 5th, 2025, the officer clocked the defendant traveling 45 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour zone on Northgate Crossing Boulevard. The traffic stop was then initiated and the officer made contact with the defendant. The defendant handed the officer an expired Texas driver's license found to be not eligible, and the defendant admitted to not having financial responsibility or insurance for the vehicle due to past traffic fines not being paid. The defendant further stated she did not have coverage for the vehicle because she knew the driver's license was expired and that she owed fines.
And I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. So can you run it now? Make
Yes,
sure
Judge.
that it's suspended.
It's not eligible, Your Honor.
Ms. Self, I'm ordering you not to drive. This is a condition of your bond. I don't care what your excuse is. You cannot justify getting into a car. I don't care if there's a medical emergency. If you don't have a license and you don't have insurance in your name, you are not allowed to drive. Do you understand? You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. If I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. It's an offense in and of itself.
Expired or suspended?
That's something that you're going to have to find out. It is your responsibility to go to DPS and find out, hey, what do I need to do? I can give you the phone number, but it's your responsibility to call them and figure out what you need to do to get it back. This is the number to the driver's license division to DPS. When you call them, you must call them at 7 in the morning. Do not call at 8:01, 9:30, because you'll never get through the phone lines. You have to call right when the phone lines open up, which is at 7 in the morning. You'll get through and you need to ask them what you need to do. You need a lawyer for this case. Would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer?
Appointed.
Okay. I already have it on file, so we don't need to do it online. All right, I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'm going to get you to Victoria to sign a reset. I'll have you take a seat in the jury box while I find you a lawyer, okay?
I'm back again for Mr. Herrera. We ended up resolving the case this morning through a plea. We went over, I got the
It
contract.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But you sure this is what you want to do? Okay. Jesse Herrera, come up. So it looks like you guys were going to work out a PTI, but now you just want to plead guilty.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
You have to understand that this is a lifetime decision. So don't take it lightly, because once you do this, there's just no turning back. You can't come back next week and it's like Target where you want to return it. There's no buyer's remorse here.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. You know, if you were 18, it'd be something else, but you're older than 18, so you understand that actions have consequences, right? All right, you're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charged, read in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, it's done, it's over forever. You can never appeal this. Do you understand? How do you plead to the elements of driving while intoxicated? Guilty. I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 6 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. You also need to understand one more thing. What we're doing today, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. The other thing that you need to understand, if you ever get pulled over again, an officer is going to look up your record. If they come to your car and they smell alcohol or dope, they'll see a prior DWI. What do you think is going to happen? Right. So if I were you, even if you have a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car because it's huge risk. The other thing is that there's a surcharge of around $3,000 that they put on you. On a second, it's $6,000. Everyone makes mistakes. But if you continue to make mistakes that you endanger other people's lives, I'm really going to stick it to you. And it's going to be monetarily and with custody. You get it? I'm going to waive your fees now. But you come back here with the DWI. Get ready. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, guys. Good luck. Oh, I have to suspend your license. I have to suspend it. I'm going to do it for the minimum, which is 90 days. Don't drive until you get a license. Okay?
Even though it's already been suspended for 90 days,
I have to. Yeah.
on top of that,
Does he have an ALR suspension?
There was an issue with the ALR hearing and he never had a letter come through, long story short.
Did it get suspended
It
through
was
the ALR?
suspended through the ALR.
Okay. I can credit you for that, for the suspension, but you're going to have to get them the dates so that they can, yeah. Okay. You were charged with 3 cases. You were charged with 1 count of assault of a family member. You're also charged with 2 different counts of harassment. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 40 days in jail with credit for the 40 days that you have done on the assault case. And they're going to dismiss your 2 other cases. This is how you understand the agreement.
Yes.
You need to understand that this is a very serious matter that you're undertaking at this time. You're pleading guilty to this assault. It will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. There is also what's called an affirmative finding of family violence. That means that if you ever pick up another case like this again, you will be charged with a 3rd-degree felony. You will be looking at a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And it doesn't have to be a knockdown punch to the face. All it needs to be is you grab someone's arm and squeeze just so that there's a little bit of pain. And you will be looking at up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand? Pain is not what you think. It's what the other person perceives. You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement as well. You pick up a gun, you're looking at a Class A misdemeanor in and of itself. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record and it will be there for the rest of your life. You understand?
Yes.
You still want to do this?
¿Todavía quieres esto?
No.
¿Quieres hacer esta declaración?
Pues hacerme culpable, sí.
I want to say I'm guilty, yes.
All right.
¿Está bien?
I will find you guilty,
Yeah, culpable.
Okay.
send you to the agreement.
No, claro.
Your other 2 cases will be dismissed on motion of the state. Good luck to you, sir. Mr. DeLeon, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 15 days in jail with credit for the 5 days that you've done. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You need to understand that after today, this charge will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. So what we're doing today will not happen again. Do you understand? Well, will probably not happen again. Do you understand? You give
Yes.
up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. Mr. De Leon, if you ever get pulled over in a car, the first thing an officer does is they look at your record. If they come to your window and they smell alcohol or dope and they see that you have a prior DWI, it's probably not going to go well for you. So if I were you, even if you've had one beer, don't get into a car. Do you understand? Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above?
True.
Okay, true, the enhancement. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
This last warning is brutal but honest. Once a DWI hits your record, every officer, every prosecutor, every judge sees it instantly. One more slip and things escalate fast. What would you do differently if you were standing in front of this judge right now?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to the agreement. One more thing you need to understand is that there is a $3,500 surcharge that goes onto you because of this DWI. I will waive this for you now, but if you continue to endanger my public, a second DWI is a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention a minimum of 90 days. So you pick up another DWI, get ready because you will get it. You will get it. And if you're not in this country with permission, you go to jail and do some kind of time, you will probably get an immigration detainer. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, I am suspending your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.